What I really don't feel people mention enough about growing out your hair is how much you will look like a dandelion. Hey buds. So I've been listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks, I think you could call it compulsively, and it's amazing how much the house system continues to interest me. I could talk about it for hours. I think if you know me in real life, the best advice is just to not let me start. But there's no one here to stop me right now, and you know what they say, when everyone's away, Sophie will talk endlessly about things that's probably kind of niche and might not appeal to that wide of a demographic. And that's in-depth house analysis. What is also amazing about the books is how much they continue to emotionally devastate me. Even after all this time. Oh, Snape's an asshole, isn't he? Yeah, they just really get that sweet spot combo of nostalgia and also reading them as an adult woman who demands to know why no one's looking after these children better. So on one level, I do agree that the house system can be a little bit like, there are 4 kinds of 11-year-old. The brave, nice, clever, and evil. But I think that the element of having a choice and it being about what you value that gets you sorted makes it more interesting and complicated than that. Also, very differently to when I was like 7 to 11 years old and reading the books, I now feel like and I'm very pleased to be, a Hufflepuff. Just a big old mushy Hufflepuff, you know? Up until I was probably about 17 or 18, someone saying that to me might have hurt my feelings, and I think what's changed is that now I care a lot less about whether people think I'm impressive and a lot more about whether they think I'm kind, whether I put people at ease, and whether they trust me. And a big part of that for me has been not needing people to see me as the best as long as I know that I tried and gave it everything I could. I saw one of those, you know, those fun little like house graphics that people do where they did Gryffindor is I want to, Slytherin is I will, Ravenclaw is I could, and Hufflepuff is I tried. And for me that's really important, like not what the outcome of something was, but whether I can look back and think, did I try as hard as I could have, and did I deserve whatever the outcome was? And like sometimes that is not great because, you know, the universe is a callous, cold-hearted monster. No, I'm sorry universe, I don't mean it. But obviously, you know, things are often more random than that and don't just come down to like who tried their very best and gets a sticker. But that's definitely my outlook, and I would like a sticker. I think that needing less of that validation has made me a lot less guarded. And whilst I don't think I'm always as kind as I could be, I want to always be trying to be kinder. I don't think kindness gets enough credit either for how important it is or how hard it can be to practice. Like shout out to all my fellow friends out there who work in customer service. We know how hard it is to practice, but also I think how important it can be. I like the vision of Hufflepuff as being soft and gentle even when it would be easier not to be, and staying full of like childlike wonder. Like gosh darn it, I will stop and smell every flower and pet every dog if I so please. And I know people like to make fun of Hufflepuff for being like the dum-dum house, but I really like the lack of pretense and contest that it encourages. Like my life has improved so much since I decided that being in competition with the people around me makes me unhappy. I would so much rather be able to take a genuine interest in others, like free from jealousy or competition, and be, I don't want to say myself, because I may be a Hufflepuff, but even I know that's meaningless. But like honest about my feelings and experiences and how I spend my time, rather than channel that energy into trying to seem like impressive. I think there's a lot of value in letting yourself be vulnerable and not your best self. And hopefully that encourages other people to be the same way with you, you know, like excited for you in your successes and then interested in and sympathetic about your less successful ventures, but not just listening for a litany of like, here's how busy and clever I am, which, you know, you might well be both of those things. But if that's what you're trying to get across above all else in conversation, it's not the friendliest interaction. Like that's a conversation I just want to nope myself out of. Just like, please Tell it to your LinkedIn profile, not me. I love the Hufflepuff outlook because I want to just surround myself with people who are excited for each other and are really loving and uncynical. And I think it is a shame that Hufflepuff is traditionally seen as the worst house, because I think those are really admirable aspirations. And taking it back to the books for a second, I really love that Cedric Diggory was a character who valued being kind and fair play above winning glory at all costs. Helga Hufflepuff declaring that she'll take the lot and teach them just the same, that is my exact educational philosophy. It's just the perfect example of like not letting your value system mean that other people's outlook on life or priorities are inherently lesser. It's just the ultimate great for you, different from me system. It's so chill, it's practically utopian, and I'm very on board. Also, look at that common room. Like exposed brick, good kitchen access, patchwork quilts, sunlight streaming through the windows, a variety of plants. Honestly, it's just like my dream checklist when I look for rentals online. And no agency fees. What a dream. That was some person looking for a new place to rent humour that I'm trying out. Did it land? Overall, what I'm trying to say is that I am just a big, yellow-loving, hippy-dippy, Hufflepuff doofus. Hit me up if you relate. I'll see you guys again soon.